Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're having a great day. My name is I play 4K, aka I play 16K, or UHDking. During this video today I'm going to show you Mafia II PC game running on the fastest gaming PC in the first quarter of 2020. As you can see, before we're going to jump into the game, let me real quick go ahead and explain to you what kind of system I'm running today and what are we going to do. So I'm using the i9-9900K CPU, Intel 9 Gen, and Titan RTX. And the fastest possible DDR4 set at very aggressive timing at 3000 MHz, which is CL10. Unheard of performance. Let me real quick go ahead and show you the results. So 5300 megahertz or 5.3 gigahertz per each core, 53 multiplier for the external frequency, and 53 multiplier for the AVX instructions. To achieve that, I disabled 4 physical cores and hyper-threading technology in the BIOS. So I'm using only 4 core, 4 threads. It's going to be more than enough in all the classic games, and Mafia PC game is a classic game. And pretty much 99% of the games, when you're playing 4K resolution and above, and 100% games when you're playing 8K resolution. 4 core, 4 threads will be more than enough, except Battlefield 5. When you're playing 8K resolution, you want to have at least 6 core, 6 threads in 8K resolution. It's only one game. That is not enough with 4 core, 4 threads. So today I'm using the ASUS Maximus 11 Hero Wi-Fi motherboard, Z390. DDR4 5000 MHz, which is 2500 MHz times 2, 5000 MHz through the XMP2 profile, CL18, 2 sticks, 8 GB each, total 16 GB. Unfortunately, it's not stable on X299 motherboard, Z370, Z390, and I also tested X570, 2 different mid-grade motherboard. The cursor told me it's only stable on the MSI X570 Godlike with the Ryzen 3000 series. So I don't have that motherboard, and I own, my own motherboard, my own gaming system, which is the primary system, is Z390 ASUS Maximus 11 Hero Wi-Fi model and i9-9900K overclock at 5.3 gigahertz. And this is this is going to be my gaming rig, and I spent over 1 month clock it to find the best possible scenario for this DDR4. And just because it's $1,000, just 16 gigabytes to 8 gigabyte sticks plus taxes above that, it's unheard of. So I found it the most fastest and the most expensive DDR4 by Corsair, and pretty much DDR4 probably out there. So I found 3000 MHz CL10 is the fastest and the very aggressive timing with the maximum possible fastest results on this i9-9900K Intel 9 Gen CPU with 2T command though. And my cache frequency is 4300 MHz or 43 multiplier set stable. The graphics will be Titan RTX. In the CPU Z it says TU102-300A1. This is a mistake. It's going to be TU102-400A1. How do I know it? Well, I replaced the thermal compound solution on Titan RTX on the GPU. I used liquid metal thermal compound solution, so I cleaned that old thermal compound solution, and it says in GPU TU102-400A1. I created a photo and I shared with you over the iplay4k.com or UHDking.com YouTube channel under the forum, under the community. Go ahead and check it out. So it's a newer version of the Titan RTX, and unfortunately it's not as overclocker as previous Titan RTX, at least by, I would say, 30 megahertz. The old Titan RTX was a little bit stable than this version. Maybe it's just because the bias version that limiting my Titan RTX with the voltage on the GPU, or maybe the whole Titan RTX a little bit revised version. Okay, that's why it has dash 400 instead of dash 300 TU102. Bench, this is how I scored, guys. 630 points under the CPU Z version 1.91.064 bit, and this benchmark is multi-threaded as well. This is my multi-threaded, so multi-thread ratio 3.7 times. Amazing. And that single core performance is what it's all about when it comes to PC gaming, because times 4 cores, I'm at 3.7 times, very fast. You will never achieve 4 times. If you're going to achieve 4 times, that means that you have no latency delay at all, and it's kind of hard to achieve. Intel and AMD cannot achieve that, so it's as close as it can get to the best possible solution. That's why you want to avoid any hyper threading technology, because it's creating additional latency delay. Hopefully this makes sense, because even the physical cores not so perfect. Hyper threading technology cores, which is the threads, is 2 times slower on the Intel 9 gen CPUs than physical core. Two threads from hyper threading technology is equal 1 physical core. Hopefully guys this makes sense. When we're going to go back to 4000 series Intel CPUs, then 3 hyper-threading cores was equal 1 physical core. So they improved in terms of the latency delay and everything, but it's still not there yet. Let me show you how it scored. Look at this, 3000 series, not even 2.5 times faster, not even 2.5 times faster with 16 threads versus my 4 threads in terms of the multi-threaded performance. So single core performance plays big role, as you can see, and this is multi-threaded performance, so it means that in PC games I'm going to destroy big time. Everything that I'm going to show to you real quick, let me go ahead and demonstrate you all the CPUs. 9900KF, so 9900K will be just the same. Look at this, not even 2.5 times faster with 16 threads versus my 4 threads. So frequency and low as possible latency delay. Let me real quick go ahead and demonstrate you all the CPUs for those who's curious. If you're having the old CPUs, you will know exactly where we at and where you at. And in about 1 minute, 2 minutes, guys, we're going to start the benchmark. I'm going to do the benchmark with the maximum possible visuals, with the anti-aliasing and without the anti-aliasing. Stock Titan RTX, but 100% fan rotation, and the maximum stable overclock on it. Alright, this kind of scenarios we're going to use. Alright, so IDA 64 cache and memory benchmark latency, guys. This is what we're talking about. The lower value is better. It's NS is equal nanoseconds. So the less nanoseconds benchmark was to complete, the better value. Okay. Don't worry about read, write, and copy in terms of megabytes per second, unless you're using your system RAM as a RAM disk, or let's say you're computing something for 10 or 20 minutes and you utilizing all your system RAM, then you gotta be worried about it, because 3600 megahertz will show you higher result that I have over here. It's going to show you read 45,000 megabytes, write 45,000 megabytes, and copy about 42,000 megabytes. Okay, and it's going to be great as again when you're going to use the RAM disk, when you're going to use it as a storage. But for the storage to use doesn't make any sense, because first of all you gotta have 64 gigabyte of system RAM, okay, and secondary to benefit, at least like 5-10 people need to store at the same time files in your system RAM as a RAM disk as storage. Otherwise you can use the SSDs or 2 SSDs in RAID, and it's going to cost you cheaper. Okay. Level 1 cache, level 2 cache, level 3 cache in gigabytes per second. Don't worry about it, because 8 core 8 threads, the CPU, but with 8 core 8 threads and hyper threading technology disabled, showing 2 times more scores everywhere. So what I believe, they are computing the benchmark through a single core and then multiplying times scores, and when you have the hyper threading technology add to it, it's a little bit higher score. But as again, I'm not sure what kind of algorithm they're using for the hyper threading, but I think this is how I assume this is how they calculate the score. But as again, latency delay is what you're looking here, 43.7 nanoseconds. This is the world record for the Intel 9 Gen CPU. Keep in mind that Intel 10 Gen CPU was already announced, but they not yet in the stores. They're going to be in a couple months in the stores. And NVIDIA GeForce Ampere GPUs and video cards are not yet, and they about to be announced in about 15 days from now, 10 days from now. Today is May 5th 2015. They're going to be announced in May 15th, but today is May 5th. Okay, the second record will be level second cache, 2.3 nanoseconds. This is unheard of from any CPU in the first quarter of 2020, as well as latency delay 43.7 nanoseconds for the system RAM. Then level 3 cache, 10.8 nanoseconds, which is also unheard of latency delay. So memory system RAM 43.7 nanoseconds. This is probably the fastest latency delay for DDR4 while it's communicating to the CPU cache back and forward. This is unheard of. Okay, as you can see, 3000 megahertz SCL10 right here, dual channel. Okay, that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and start the game, and I'm about to shut down the mic, or maybe I'm going to keep. Nah, let me shut down the mic. Let me open up the MSI Afterburner, and what I'm gonna do, like I told you, I'm going to do like this: maximum power limit, maximum temp limit, but frequencies and GPU and system on the VRAM will be stock. 100% fan rotation. This is going to be first scenario, and the second scenario will be everything maximum possible stable frequencies. This computer is 100% rock solid stable in a home safe environment without any liquid nitrogen 2 or something like that. I'm using H150i Pro water cooler AAO by Corsair. And 240 millimeter to blow through the radiator, 360 millimeter on that H150i AAO, because 120 millimeter is not going to cut it, and it's thermal throttling. But right now there is nothing thermal throttling. The maximum benchmark burnout through the IDA64 is 91 Celsius on CPU, and on the Intel it's going to be 98 Celsius. But Intel Extreme Utility benchmark knows how to stress its CPUs because it's its CPU, and they designed that, they pretty much stressing all kind of different instructions, and it's reaching 99 Celsius. Okay, but it doesn't drop the frequencies yet. So pretty much, but we're not gonna receive that type of scenarios. My voltage today is 1.515 volts on a CPU. For some people it's unheard of, it's like, oh my god. But for me, if it's not reaching 100 Celsius, if it's not thermal throttling during the overclock, during the maximum burnout tests, I'm fine. Okay, do not repeat this. If you will do it, you're doing it on your own risk and expenses, but this is my main rig, and this is how I'm going to run it. I already tested and was running it for 1 month straight. Now I'm about to record all kind of cool videos. Don't forget to thumbs up, guys, subscribe, positive comments, and I'm about to shut down the mics. Let's go ahead and have a look, shall we? Let's do the tests. As again, I was coming in real time, so Alright guys, as you saw that Mafia 2 will be on this type of games, 1% of the games that 4K resolution, bottlenecking the 4-core 4-thread CPU. It's going to be Battlefield 5, Mafia 2, Need for Speed Heat, pretty much all the games that powered by the Frostbite game engine, with the newer Frostbite game engine. 4-core 4 threads at 4K resolution is not enough. But as again, it's 99% of the games will have no issue with 4-core 4 thread CPU at 4K resolution and above. At 8K resolution, this is for sure, but the reason why I recorded this video, because we want to see how i9-9900K will behave in Mafia 2, same setup, and Mafia 2 with 6 cores, 6 threads, but I cannot make 6 cores, 6 threads with the 53 AVX instructions. And Mafia 2 doesn't require AVX instructions. I still can do 6 core 6 threads with 53 multiplier as external frequency, which is 5300 megahertz, but AVX will be 50 multiplier, which is 5000 megahertz per each core, or 5 gigahertz per each core when it comes to AVX instructions, and 5300 megahertz per CPU external clock, and 5.3 gigahertz per CPU external clock per core. Okay guys, hopefully this makes sense. You saw how the pixel fill rate, texture fill rate, and bandwidth changed when I went from overclock back to stock. We also saw that when the Physx by NVIDIA is enabled, most definitely we are bottlenecking by our CPU, because I saw a lot of CPU usage at 100%. So the rule is, when you playing game and you can see that 90% or above overall CPU utilization, this means that you bottlenecked your FPS by the CPU. You need to add at least 2 more additional threads, but it's better to be 2 more physical cores for the fastest possible FPS to avoid any latency delay. Hopefully guys this makes sense, but as again, I'm going to show you Mafia 2 with 6 core 6 threads. I know there is a lot of folks that are looking to find out what will be the score. A lot of folks, they're still playing classic PC games, and this is what's up guys. But I'm pretty sure that Mafia 2 already can be played on the iPad Pro like no problem, 1080p like no problem, way above 60 FPS. Anyways, don't forget thumbs up, positive comments, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next videos.